There are many ways of choosing dharmas, but the simplest way is to look at four distinct pillars, which I will cover with you today. Parents we are born to, the family lineage we are born to, the brothers, sisters, relatives that we are born to. We may choose to bring child or children into this world. Those are all the Vishesha dharmas that we choose. So Rinas, in that order, the most important to look at the Dev Rina, then the Rishi Rina, then Pitra Rina, then Manushya Rina and Bhuta Rinas. Your intention, your behavior and your Kriyas have to be in line with these Rinas so that you can pay them forward. Om Tridevibhyo Namaha. Welcome back to Trichakti Healing. I have been speaking to you about Shuddhi and how Shuddhi is a source of happiness. We have done an overall video in which I introduced the four pillars to you, where briefly I spoke about how physical and environmental Shuddhi and mental Shuddhi, Karmic Shuddhi and Adhyatmic Shuddhi or spiritual Shuddhi will add a whole host of meaning to your life and bring you lasting and eternal happiness. I also spent some time then discussing the four pillars of physical Shuddhi in detail with you. And then I brought to you slightly longer video on mental Shuddhi, where we went in detail into yamas and the niyamas that Patanjali Yoga Sutra have spoken about. Hope all of you have taken some meaning out of all of this and applied in your lives and benefiting from it. Today, I will take another step and I'll talk about Karmic Shuddhi. And one important thing, if you have not reviewed the earlier videos, those are three now. I have given the link of these in the description. Please do that. Also, the four pillars have to be dealt with together in life. So as you take out lessons from each of these videos, don't be overwhelmed with all the changes that need to be made. Make those changes with which all the pillars can be brought together. And you will understand this once you have reviewed all the videos. So for the sake of teaching you for brevity, I have separated these into 5 different videos. Maybe I'll make a few additional as I keep getting some questions from you for me to elaborate on certain things. With that, today's subject, which is Karmic Shuddhi. Now, the easiest way to understand maintaining Karmic Shuddhi is to live life by appropriate dharmas. There are many ways of choosing dharmas, but the simplest way is to look at 4 distinct pillars, which I will cover with you today. The first and foremost is to understand that we are all born in the human yoni. Of all the 84 lakh yonis, it is said that the human yoni or the human species is one of the most refined. It has those kind of endowments which God, nature has given us so that we can understand the deeper meanings of life, discover things, the brain, the body that we have, the abilities that come with this body. Many times, most of these faculties are compared to those that animals have, and many of those pure qualities that animals have may be stronger. But when put together, all the human endowments are much better. But then, the first pillar is about living life through human values itself, through understanding what is the Manushya Dharma itself. And when we look at Manushya Dharma, some of the simple things that come to be is coexistence with others, while making your own identity, doing what you would like to do and achieve in your life while supporting the achievements of others. And broadly, it can be put into 3 categories: that you understand the depth of the human life itself. So that's where Swadhyaya, which I covered in the Niyamas of Patanjali Yoga Sutra, comes in. Understanding yourself, understanding your nature, understanding the reason for your existence, and understanding everything that you need to do as a human being. So Swadhyaya and finding that meaning in life. It is about achieving things in life, knowledge, finesse, excellence, skills, etc. And that's where your Purushartha should always be towards moving forward in life. And that's also a human dharma. The human endowments have been given to you so that you seek and develop them further in all aspects of life, especially the spiritual aspects of life, and also learn how to live and win in the material world. And the third broad category there is the getting along with others, forming relationships, the relationships that you've naturally been given. How do you work with those? But very importantly, living in harmony with nature itself, living in harmony with all other species. While living in harmony with human beings get covered under your Vishesha dharmas, many times today we are ignoring living in harmony with nature, living in harmony with Mother Earth, environment, and all the elements, the things that we are extracting from Earth. So this is what living by the human dharma is: learning and understanding the meaning of our life, achieving things, getting ahead, and largely getting along with the entire creation itself. If you have an imbalance in this, if you're unconscious about yourself, if you're unconscious about others, if you're unconscious about Mother Nature and all the other species on Earth, if you ignore their existence, then there'll be challenges, and those have to be corrected. Those ashuddhis have to be corrected. So those actions have to be corrected. So focus on this first pillar, which is living by the human dharma or Manushya dharma, as we say. The second way that you align your karma is by understanding the Vishesha dharmas that you have. There are certain relationships that have been that are a part of our life without us choosing those. The parents we are born to, the family lineage we're born to, the brothers, sisters, relatives that we are born to. And these are some things that we need to understand very deeply and live by those. When it comes to the Vishesha dharmas that life itself has given us, I always say, keep a balance in them. Don't ignore any aspect of them, but don't let them become overdone in your life also. All the people around us, our parents, our relatives, brothers, everybody has ashuddhis just like us. So focus not on their shortcomings, but on the good things of all those relationships and live according to the dharma. So if you need to do certain dharmic things, responsibilities towards your parents, brothers, sisters, siblings, family, etc., do what it is that you can do within your capability by keeping balance in your life. This is not about fulfilling their wishes and every whimsical notion that they will bring in. And many times, many relatives will have that. It's not about that. It's about balancing. It's about respecting them. It's about learning with them, learning from them. It's about living life. It's about coming around and inculcating a familial spirit and being connected, developing, living with your traditions, all of those. But there are certain Vishesha dharmas that we will choose in our life. These are things like the profession that we choose, the friends that we choose, the organizations that we work for that we choose, the life partner. We may choose to bring child or children into this world. Those are all the Vishesha dharmas that we choose. Here you have to be a little bit more careful about how you balance those, because you cannot whimsically one day choose relationships and then another day unchoose it. In today's world, people are changing relationships. They're going in and out of organizations at will without really thinking about some of the karmic challenges they're creating, without really thinking about some of the dharmic challenges. They may think selfishly about themselves, but not about spiritually correcting the actions. Now, I'm not saying you need to sacrifice yourself for any relationship again, and nothing should be overdone or underdone. Nothing should be underplayed or overemphasized. That's the whole point. Strike that balance and work with them, but make sure whatever decisions you make them carefully in these Vishesha dharmas. And once you've made those decisions, you need to prove that you were right in those decisions. But at some point in time, if things are not working out, you also need to learn how to correct those. And that's how you learn to deal with Vishesha dharmas. So in all of your Vishesha dharmas, ask, who am I in this relationship? What do I bring to this relationship? Even before you ask, what do I take from this relationship? What do I get? In today's world, many of us are focused on what are we getting out of every relationship rather than saying, what do I bring to this relationship? So stay away from things where you are becoming too selfish. Stay away from selfish people who could end up using you. Strike the right balance, change, put your foot down, learn the boundaries, work with things, develop yourself. Don't call any relationship difficult relationship. Learn how to handle those. If there is a difficult relationship that comes in front of you, remember it's your inability to handle that relationship at that point in time with those given demands, which is making it difficult. Learn to work through that. Either modulate the demands or wait for the right time or learn and get the skills that will make you handle those relationships. That's the way you create the Shuddhis in the Vishesha Dharma. So once you are living by the right Manushya Dharmas and the right Vishesha Dharmas, you will have pretty much balanced a lot of your life, and you will save a lot of time in life. And that itself will bring you joy and space to focus on many things. The third pillar that you have to focus on in your karmic Shuddhi is to remember that in the Manushya Yoni, we have 5 broad Rinas, and some of these are related to the Manushya Dharmas and Vishesha Dharmas, but you have to understand this at an overall level as Rinas or debts that we have. They come not only through our actions, it's not just our Prarabdha, but it's also our very existence in this world which brings this. Like Devaranas, this whole universe is run by certain cosmic laws, cosmic beings, God, the Ishta Gurus that we have, and all that lineage of Tridevis and Tridevs. And when that comes around, when we are living the blessings of the universe, when we are taking in everything that the celestial laws have created, to that universe, to that Parabrahma, to that ultimate consciousness, to that universal consciousness, to the Tridevis and the Tridevs, to all the Devis, Devatas, to the Navagrahas, we have to give respect. We have to pay back. Some of it is done by Ishvara Pranidhan or submitting to God, but some of this is also done by puja, archana, japa, namasmaran, the very respect of the cosmic order, understanding how we are living our life and respecting the cosmic order when we are living, not interfering with cosmic order, not trying to think that we can be better than nature and modulating those, right? Then comes Rishi Rina, and Rishi Rina is specifically to do with all the great teachers, the great sages, the people who have discovered all the Paravidyas, those who wrote the Vedas, the Upanishads, the preachings of the Brahma Sutras, people like the Adi Shankaracharya, the Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, and so many other sages that we have had, Patanjali, and name it, Saptarishis, Charak, who wrote the Ayurveda Samhitas, or people who contributed to Jyotisha Shastra or Anka Shastra, Vastu Shastra, name it, all of that lineage, and then including all the teachers who have taught your family and been your gurus and acharyas and pandits. So Rishi Rina is about giving them reverence. The easiest way to pay forward the Rishi Rina is to learn well in life, not to just have the subject and education, but actual knowledge, deep understanding, jnana, to cultivate jnana, to respect the granthas that we have in our life. All that respect pays forward the Rishi Rina. But one thing you could do is gain amazing amount of knowledge and wisdom in this life. Distill the wisdom. You don't gain the wisdom from others, but you distill the wisdom that you receive from your gurus and create insights of your own and pass on it to the others. Whoever else is around you, pass on that knowledge. Don't hoard knowledge. Don't hoard jnana. Spread it. Help others to benefit. And whatever work you do, you have to draw excellence. The only reason why you should pursue excellence is because excellence is the highest level of respect of the knowledge that you have received from your rishis and your acharyas, and that excellence that we achieve is actually as a offering to the rishis and the acharyas who have taught us. So pursue excellence for that reason, for nothing else, to respect the knowledge in this universe. Then comes the Pitra Rinas, and that's the lineage in which we are born in. Our great grandfathers, grandmothers, and all of the relatives who have contributed somewhere. The best way to understand this is to understand your Gotra, and whoever is your Gotra Devi, Devata, and from that word downwards. You may not know all the names, you may not know all your family history and family tree, but in your mind, pray to your Gotra Devata Devi, the Ishta Devata Devi, the Kul Gurus, the Kula Devata, Kul Devis, and all your Purvajas for everything good that they left. Seek forgiveness for anything that they left incomplete, or their desires that were incomplete, or any unnatural deaths. Do the Tarpana, Pitra, Pujas, etc. at the right appropriate time according to the Panchanga. Learn and these are easy things to learn these days. So do all of that karma. But the biggest thing that you can do for your Pitras is to carry your family forward. one of the reasons why it is said that you should procreate and have a child and take your family forward biologically, by all biological means. And this is not about artificially intervening and getting a child, but by normal biological means, you should get a child and take your family forward so that you can pay forward, to your family lineage as your pitras did for your family. And then doing good to others, taking care of old people. These are all good things that you can do for pitras. Then comes Manushya Rina, because all of us are dependent on all other human beings in this world who provide something or the other to the whole cycle of life. So taking care of other human beings, charity, helping those who cannot, who don't have resources, those who cannot stand up for themselves, treating others with respect, especially those people who are around us, work for us, etc. That's how you pay forward the human Rina or the Manushya Rina that you have. And lastly is the Bhuta Rinas, the Rina of all the elements, the Prakriti that we take everything from this Mother Earth itself. So preservation, keeping earth clean, taking care of natural resources, giving the due respect to the forces of nature, the Panchatattvas, and treating the Panchatattvas carefully. Those are important ways to take care of those Rinas. So Rinas in that order, the most important to look at the Dev Rina, then the Rishi Rina, then Pitra Rina, then Manushya Rina and Bhuta Rinas. Take care of all of these things. There are no yagyas or pujas, etc. that will satisfy these. Your intention, your behavior and your kriyas have to be in line with these rinas so that you can pay them forward. It's through your karmas that you can do this. Don't think that some puja, archana, patha here and there can complete and move you from these rinas. You can do any pujas, any archanas without really having the bhava, swabhava and kriya, which means your intention, your behaviors and your actions. Then it will not take care of things. Whereas if you have the right intention, behavior and kriyas, but you are not offering any special pujas for these rinas, you still will complete these rinas. That's how it is. So don't depend on external puja archanas to get you out of these rinas. Change your bhava, swabhava and kriya. That is your intention, your intent and behaviors and the karmas that you do. That's how you get out of the rinas. And the last pillar is seeing life itself as your prarabdha. Remember, I've said this so many times in videos, and our acharyas have taught us this, that our life is given to us and the sum total of the circumstances of our life is because of certain prarabdha that we bring to this life from our purva punyas and purva karmas, from our sanchit karmas basically. So live your life fully. Accept every aspect of your life. Whatever you may interpret it as, good, bad, ugly, doesn't mean that you let go of some aspect of your life. Take your life fully, live the full context. Here, now, in this moment, don't think that there is some other lifetime in which you will complete some other karma. It's all here now. It's that power of your intention that I'll complete all the prarabdhas that I have ever over across time and space. And I will finish them in this lifetime. That should be your intent. That should be the level of purity of your karma. Accept every aspect of your life, your physical aspect, mental aspect, relationships, everything. Bring Shuddhi, overall Shuddhi. So the overall Shuddhi also helps you living your life in Prarabdha. So all in all, if you want to live a life of complete Karmic Shuddhi, understand the Manushya Dharma, clean your Manushya Dharma, treat all human beings well, live well with all of them, treat all your Vishesha Dharmas, especially the ones that you have received naturally with life, balance them out. The ones that you have chosen, do justice to your decisions. And at some point in time, if they're not working out, move out in the right way, but try your best to give it everything. Then comes your Rinas. And when you have the Manushya, the Devarana, the Rishi Rina, Pitra Rina, Manushya Rina, Bhuta Rina, so respecting the divine forces, respecting our acharyas, our ancestors, all human beings on earth, and the Panchabhutas which are giving us all these things, that's the way, and bring the right intent and behaviors there and kriyas there to correct it. And lastly, seeing your whole life as a means and ways that God has given to you to complete all your prarabdhas so that you can have ultimately the union with God. Moksha is not something that you achieve beyond life. Moksha is something where you achieve total freedom and stillness in this life. And for that, your karmic Shuddhi is extremely important. Physical and mental Shuddhi will help you. Spiritual Shuddhi will help you. But karmic Shuddhi is the best to get there. Even Bhagavad Gita says that when it comes to the yogas, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga are the three ways that you can ultimately achieve divine. But Krishna says this very clearly, that without Karma Yoga, having Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga is of no use. You have to do the karma that is a part of your life, which is what I have shared with you today. The 4 pillars of karma, by understanding the 4 pillars of dharma that I shared with you and living them by Shuddhi. Hope this has been helpful. Work with this, and like I said, do review the other videos in this series so that you can bring them all together and bring Shuddhi and lasting eternal joy and happiness and union with yourself, this universe and Parabrahma. Wish you the very best, and I will see you soon. Till then, Jai Mahakal, Jai Ma Kali.